Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, June 14th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 568 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Ethiopia's Abiy Ahmed, the Nobel Prize winner who went to war. Head of world's largest family dies in India, leaving behind 39 wives and 94 children. Nicaragua, 5 more opposition figures detained ahead of election. Spectator dead, 2 people injured in Australian off-road race. Some U.S. allies near Russia are wary of Biden-Putin summit. Fox News host Kayleigh McEnany says she never lied as Trump press secretary. Vaccinated Los Angeles doctor diagnosed with COVID-19, warns about breakthrough cases, report. U.S. documents solve mystery of war criminal Tojo's remains. Tsunami of violence erupts, DeSantis pursues school rules over race, and Cruz tightens tiptoe around law. Trump Justice Department reportedly subpoenaed records of Trump's White House counsel in 2018. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Winston Smith, car plows into Minneapolis protesters, 1 dead, Fox News. American duo plead guilty to helping former Nissan chief Gon flee Japan, Reuters. At least 8 people hospitalized after a car plowed into a crowd at a Texas racetrack, CNN. A dangerous COVID-19 variant on the rise could cause outbreaks in U.S. states with lower vaccination rates, expert says, CNN. Full of S, candidates warned not to fake Trump endorsement, Politico. Rob Riggle claims estranged wife spied on him at home with hidden camera, TMZ. Wasabi the Pekingese wins Best in Show at Westminster and viewers are shocked, Yahoo Entertainment. At E3 gaming event, Microsoft teases sci-fi epic Starfield while Ubisoft shows off new Avatar title, CNBC. Bitcoin jumps as Elon Musk suggests way that Tesla could start accepting it again, CNN. Vaccinated Los Angeles doctor diagnosed with COVID-19, warns about breakthrough cases, report, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 4 reasons fat yogurt is actually better for you than low-fat. 6 stretches to do in the morning if your back always hurts. How to spot a pair of sandals that won't give you blisters. A Wall Street landlord chose a troubled firm to run its senior homes, executives got a bonus. John Oliver reveals where Americans are literally treated worse than pigs. Kayleigh McEnany cooks up most outrageous claim yet to explain her lies. Myanmar's military junta puts ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi on trial. Biden hopes to soothe allies, renew U.S. commitment to NATO alliance at summit. Lara Trump urges border residents to get guns and be ready for migrants. Top dog, Wasabi the Pekingese wins Best in Show. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Group worked fast and saved historic tree. Loved one seek answers after road rage shooting. Unruly passenger forces plane's emergency landing. Man charged after woman frees herself from noose. Woman accused of throwing baby, damaging skull. Lawsuit filed after mom killed in accidental crash. Milwaukee teachers oppose restrictive GOP bills. MO governor signs controversial bill into law. 8-year-old girl finds explosive device while playing outside. Lyft driver killed in crash. Alleged DWI driver. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Americans plead guilty in Japan to aiding Carlos Ghosn's escape. Black Virginians took Ralph Northam back, neither has forgotten. Ralph Northam reflects on his journey back from the edge. England's reopening could be delayed by weeks. Wasabi the Pekingese wins Best in Show at Westminster. Biden's first NATO summit will focus on Russia and China. Novavax offers U.S. a fourth strong COVID-19 vaccine. Apple's bet on China. Candidates' blueprints for easing the housing crisis. Collins and Menendez, we need a COVID-19 commission. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Republicans who voted for impeachment face barrage of pro-Trump primary challengers. McConnell, Grassley, Crapo demand Department of Justice, FBI probe disclosure of tax information of super wealthy. Senator Joni Ernst, celebrating Flag Day, here's the special meaning it holds for this combat veteran. Kyrie Irving suffers ankle injury in Nets Game 4 loss $2. Winston Smith, car plows into Minneapolis protesters, 1 dead. Texas boy, 9, accidentally shot by father during alleged road rage incident. Lloyd scores quick goal and U.S. women defeat Jamaica 4-0. NC Street, Texas, Tennessee, Arizona lock up CWS bids, hogs out. MVP Nikola Jokic ejected, Suns sweep Nuggets 125-118. Davis Sharp, Cubs beat Cardinals 2-0 for 3-game sweep. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, June 14th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Mel C shocked to stumble across eBay auction consisting of her personal Spice Girls memorabilia. Sarah Vine, I had to learn to get dressed again. Maya Jama wows fans in a plunging busty white dress as she presents Crouch's year-late Euros. Ibuprofen kills pain better than codeine with fewer side effects, study finds. Katherine Ryan reveals she's given birth as she shares radiant snap cradling the newborn. Music teacher, 33, pleads guilty to faking COVID fit-to-fly certificate to travel to Egypt. Sussex police rescue 2 dogs from boiling car as temperature soared to 75 F in Brighton seafront. I couldn't walk 100 yards, Carol Vorderman, 60, reveals she battled long COVID for 3 months. Kate Middleton called Prince Charles grandpa at Eden Project event. Standards watchdog recommends major overhaul of lobbying rules. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. China looms over Biden's Europe trip. Boris Johnson set to postpone England's Freedom Day as Delta variant cases climb. Cyprus, probe into police and serial killer case dropped. Operator says China nuclear plant facing performance issue. COVID-19 live updates. California set to lift distancing curbs as states' vaccinations pass 40 million. Eating into their flesh, reef sharks with skin disease may be the latest victim of climate change. China nuclear plant refutes report of radiation leak warning, says indicators normal. Producer in Christchurch attacks movie quits amid backlash, Jacinda Ardern criticism. Johnson expected to announce delay in next England unlocking. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Euro 2020 Day 4, Scotland's moment arrives after England and Netherlands win, live. UK businesses call for more emergency support if lockdown easing delayed, Business Live. Pology, death and depression made me lean towards music. It became therapeutic. Coronavirus live news, Thailand vaccine supplies disrupted, Russia imposes new restrictions in St. Petersburg. Enough fentanyl to kill San Francisco, the new wave of the opioid crisis sweeping California. A war on 100 fronts, mapping the anti-trans law sweeping America. Edge of the World Review, swashbuckling white savior biopic feels out of date. These races are epic, why ultra running is soaring in popularity. He's back, yet again, why death in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is overrated. U.S. food banks brace for demand as Republicans end unemployment benefits. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Novavax announces its COVID-19 vaccine is over 90% effective. Police, car plows into protesters in Minnesota, killing one. Teenager killed by lightning strike at beach while swimming on vacation. 4 mass shootings in 6 hours leave 38 wounded, 6 dead. Police, woman crashed stolen ambulance into Irandaquat Bay. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. China denounces G7 after statement on Xinjiang and Hong Kong. NATO summit, NATO must face up to China's rise, alliance chief says. Headache and running nose linked to Delta variant. Ned Beatty, Deliverance, Superman and Toy Story 3 actor, dies aged 83. Israel's new PM Naftali Bennett promises to unite nation. We hope it's the beginning of a new Israel. Ziona Chenna, head of world's largest family, dies in India's Mizoram state. Christchurch mosque attack, producer resigns from New Zealand movie after backlash. What Putin really wants from Biden. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Novavax says vaccine is effective against COVID-19. AP Top Stories June 14th. Over 5,800 letter carriers were attacked by dogs in 2020, U.S. Postal Service says. Explainer, Biden White House grapples with challenges of young children arriving without parents at U.S. border. On this day, June 14, 2003. At least 8 injured after Texas racetrack crash. Stolen ambulance pulled from bay in New York State. Bug infestations, tent-lined streets, California's homelessness crisis is at a tipping point. Will a $12 billion plan put a dent in it? Manhunts in Savannah, Chicago, Austin after weekend shooting rampages. We do not want to be a police state. It was very intense. Austin Entertainment District shooting leaves 1 dead, 13 injured. Authorities arrest suspect. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Op-ed, reopening a city that still throbs with loss. Op-ed, tap the state's future surpluses to give everyone a share in California's wealth. Long Beach police arrest alleged drunk driver in the death of a pedestrian in a wheelchair. A magnitude 3.5 earthquake hits near American League Division Seriesburg. Wildfire forces evacuations in the mountains south of Palm Desert. With a major heat wave expected across the LA region, summer has definitely arrived. Los Angeles Archdiocese to drop mask, social distancing requirements for vaccinated parishioners. Column, A Dying Girl, a fateful blessing and the lessons of California's tragic origin myth. Border town to border town, this Mexican writer's journey through Hollywood. Los Angeles Police Department shootings of unstable people wielding sharp objects a deadly problem. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, June 14, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Indian journalist who asked for police protection days after running a story on liquor mafia dies in road crash. Pickers gather at G7 summit, call on Japan to stop burning coal. Taiwan says will be force for good after unprecedented G7 support. Calgary Hospital has 22 cases linked to Delta COVID-19 variant, including 10 fully vaccinated. The U.S. government has spent the past week assessing a report of a leak at a Chinese nuclear power plant, after a French company that part owns and helps operate it warned of an imminent radiological threat, according to U.S. officials and documents reviewed by CNN. Condo developer plans to buy $1 billion worth of single-family houses in Canada with a plan of renting them and profiting on the housing crisis ripping across the country. United States sends troops to Kenya as U.S. boosts war on Al-Shabaab. Deforestation in Brazil. Amazon rainforest soars 67%. Freundlich Ortiz producer charged with stalking John Barilaro. New South Wales, Australia. Swiss reject law to help country meet Paris carbon emissions goal. Russia scrambles to contain a new surge, as most of its people appear to be avoiding the Sputnik vaccine. Biden has private visit with Queen Elizabeth II, who reminded me of my mother. US and Japan block G7 deal to end coal. Thailand denies blocking exports of AstraZeneca vaccines after Taiwan says Thailand is prioritizing AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines for itself and not sending them to Taiwan. Evidence in Mexico. Serial killer's house suggests 17 victims. The next headlines are from Forbes. A fight for power emerges ahead of cricket's all-important SEC election. Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 16 review, a very bad, no good season finale. Watch the opening minutes of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 finale and despair. WWE NXT TakeOver in Your House results, winners, news and notes on June 13, 2021. Character actor Ned Beatty dies at 83. BTS, Oh My Girl, Justin Bieber, IU and ITZY, the 10 most streamed songs in Korea in May. LeBron James' 4-letter tweet perfectly sums up shocking state of suddenly decimated Brooklyn Nets. Talking A2IM's Libra Awards and Mavis Staples with Fantastic Negrito. Stray Kids, Monsta X, Addies and Text refresh more than half of the entire world songs chart. Former Juventus executive Fabio Paratici appointed as Tottenham managing director. The next headlines are from Nature.com. A long-term perspective on immunity to COVID. Naturally enhanced neutralizing breadth against SARS-CoV-2 1 year after infection. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,711,699,021 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Ultrasound Review, a frustrating sci-fi puzzle box thriller. Mustafa Sarwar Farooqi set C5 Bangladesh original series Ladies and Gentlemen exclusive. Jamari Hellender's Immortal picked up by Sony Pictures Worldwide Acquisitions. ONCE's Women in Animation World Summit, Draw Us a Better Universe, Warner Brothers, Diversity Lead urges. Light Doc snares worldwide rights to Stefan Pavlovic's Visions Do Real winner looking for horses exclusive. Marvel's Victoria Alonso on exploring diversity and inclusion through What If and the hunt for global animation partnerships. Disposable, Ghost Bras, Olivia in the Shadows to pitch at ONCE's La Liga event. Adwar Waintrub joins Saudi Arabia's Red Sea Film Festival as artistic director exclusive. Remembering Ned Beatty, from Deliverance to Network to Nashville, he found the soul of every character. Masha and the Bear Company animaker to expand into longer-form content exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. One woman is dead, others injured in Minneapolis after a driver plows into protesters. China has promised to go carbon neutral by 2060, but coal is still king. It's personal, zoomed-out workplace ready for face-to-face conversations to return. 5 things to watch at the Biden-Putin summit. Anti-vaccine activists use a federal database to spread fear about COVID vaccines. Hyundai plant in Alabama pauses manufacturing due to car chip shortage. Top blog, Pekingese named Wasabi wins Westminster show. Biden has private visit with Queen Elizabeth II, who reminded me of my mother. Trump Justice Department subpoenaed Apple for info on former White House counsel. A judge has thrown out a lawsuit brought by hospital workers over a vaccine mandate. The following headlines are from The Week. 6 book recommendations from Raven Lolani. Why is the Department of Justice still defending Trump? The return of the Trump rally. John Oliver rebukes Texas, other states for cooking prisoners to death. Biden goes to Mass, has tea with the Queen, flies to Brussels. Israeli Netanyahu will not attend successor Naftali Bennett's inauguration ceremony. In the Heights has a surprisingly disappointing debut at the box office. Susan Collins, bipartisan infrastructure plan proposes user tax for electric vehicle-free riders. Israeli parliament approves coalition, Netanyahu out. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Asteroid 16 Psyche might not be a solid chunk of metal after all, but another rubble pile. It's time for Perseverance to get to work. What's the connection between the chemistry of a star and the formation of its planets? How to search the chemical makeup of exoplanet atmospheres for hints at their history. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, June 14th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. What is a magnetar? 5 satellite images show how fast our planet is changing. The next news is from Politico. Boris Johnson pulled in 2 directions on China at G7 summit. US and Japan leave G7 stuck on coal. 5 takeaways from Britain's G7 summit. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Merkel, China must make significant progress on forced labor before EU ratifies trade deal. G7 leaders pledge 870 million vaccines to developing world. Biden, Erdogan set to meet amid rocky relations. Full of S, candidates warned not to fake Trump endorsement. Texas Dems amp up voting rights pressure with DC blitz. Florida civil rights attorney and legislator Michelle Rayner to run for Crist's seat. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. No regrets, Buckley ready to head into blue sky. 2 TV shows cannot paper over the cracks of ABC TV's coverage of the arts. China's happy places leave ethnic peoples living in fear. 2021 Australian swimming trials live updates. McKeon continues hot form with another personal best. 4 points, Bucks reason to smile, Tigers new frontier, Saints exposed. Bubble and strife, Payne fears quarantine will be greatest Ashes challenge. The 2 words from Buckley that inspired Pies to victory in his last game. The vaccine is set to be the defining image of 2021. United Nations set to decide climate claims by Torres Strait Islanders against Australia. Source of Melbourne's highly infectious Delta outbreak set to remain mystery. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Buy this, not that. 5 of the best reviewed water bottles, all under $20, you should use this summer. Market Snapshot, what the market wants to hear from Powell about inflation at the coming Fed meeting. Crypto, Musk says Tesla sold about 10% of Bitcoin to test market, and will resume allowing crypto transactions when 50% of miners use clean energy. The value gap, Asian Americans are still viewed as forever foreign, that's keeping them out of the C-suite, this professor says. Europe markets, stocks high fresh records as inflation fears recede. Auto Trader, this new Bugatti sold for $19 million, photos. NerdWallet, the cost of weddings could go up, how will you pay for one? Auto Trader, as new car inventory dries up, here are the ones that are almost impossible to get. Next Avenue, the new cruise ship rulebook, what to know about booking a trip, getting on board, and other changes. Shell mulling sale of holdings in largest U.S. oil field, reports. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Everyday IP, the notable IP of golf, basketball and other sports, intellectual property, Luxembourg, Mondac News alerts. Draft Amendment to Examination Guidelines for Computer Software-Related Inventions, Lexology. Probe ordered into mismanagement, black marketing of remdesivir in Kanpur's GSVM Medical College, ethealthworld.com. Gelter is seeking a senior patent agent, IPWatchdog.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. Biden at NATO, Netanyahu out, $17,000 lab coat. The U.S. East Coast is set to become a green energy job powerhouse. Remote working has helped India Incorporated improve its gender diversity quotient. Delhi families have lost their loved ones, and their life savings, to COVID-19. The share of U.S. companies planning to slash their office space is plummeting. Introducing our new editor, African Entertainment Ascends, Twitter ban pain. The Sounds putting Africa on the global music map. Africa's entertainment deals are going down in the DMs. African entertainment comes into its own. A new editor, and a new chapter, for Quartz Africa. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Kendall Jenner. Flag Day. Islanders. NASCAR All-Star Race. Garrick Higo. Square Enix E3. Ned Beatty. Xbox Mini Fridge. Kyrie Irving. Copa America 2021. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Oil extends gains thanks to robust demand as vaccinations against COVID-19 boost travel sector. Iran's Navy launches new indigenous destroyer and Minahunter, video. Size matters, U.S. gives Trinidad and Tobago, population 1.4 million, 80 vials of Pfizer jab. I will not give up, Christian Eriksen could be at Denmark's next game, wants to understand what happened in harrowing collapse. U.S. sanctions on Russia's sovereign debt come into force. Lack of investment could push crude price to $200 a barrel, Nigerian National Oil Corporation. 8 hospitalized after racing car rams into spectators at mud track in Texas, videos. Russia tops list of countries most affected by cryptocurrency threats, report. Bitcoin spikes as Elon Musk denies market manipulation and says Tesla to resume crypto transactions when mining becomes clean. Shots ring out despite Baltimore's attempted crime crackdown after businesses threaten to stop paying taxes. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Russell rebalance looms, Goldman forecasts who's in, who's out. Hackers stole nearly 26 million user login credentials for sites like Amazon, Google, Facebook. UK charity teaches staff white women reporting rape by black men support white supremacy. A day of reckoning in Syria's Idlib. AstraZeneca's COVID jab should be halted for people over 60, EMA. Biden-Putin, what's on the table, and why no progress can possibly be made. The Wizard of Oz, the dark reality that the deep state hides from the world. These are the nicest new cars the average buyer in each state can afford. Financial blowout ahead, lobotomized economists clash on the deck of the Titanic. Indian officials demolish Corona Mata temple in crackdown on COVID superstition. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Scotland set to start Euro 2020 campaign after 23-year wait. NATO chief calls for tough stance on China as summit begins. India eases COVID rules as new cases dip to 2-month low. Who's who in Israel's new patchwork coalition government. Iran says it has broad agreement with the U.S. on lifting sanctions. Myanmar's pro-Rohingya social media campaign gathers mass support. Desperately seeking relevance, NATO in the 21st century. Denmark's Eriksson is joking and in a good mood, agent. Israel, Bennett's win and Netanyahu's dangerous defeat. Reckoning with laughter, Noam Schuster returns to Israel. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Senate Democrats increasingly skeptical about Joe Biden's infrastructure proposal. John Voight scorches racist Hunter Biden, media double standards, lowest human being, poor pity of a man. Poll, virtual tie between Democrat McAuliffe and Republican Youngkin in Virginia governor's race. Watch, Suns and Nuggets fans duke it out in Denver. Actor Ned Beatty, known for Deliverance, Superman, and countless more, dead at 83. Tommy Tuberville on paying college athletes, players are already getting paid. Slavit, Trump's deadly sins made pandemic worse, cost us a lot of lives. CNN's Zachariah, world prefers boring Biden G7 pressers, not Trump circus freak show. Federal judge halts Biden's $4 billion plan to compensate farmers based on race. Pelosi, January 6th Select Committee an option, everybody knows the power of the speaker. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Human births on Mars, new research indicates human sperm could last 200 years on red planet. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Man who's able to talk backwards stuns strangers on the street, watch. New sustainable roofing material can naturally keep buildings cool without AC. Innovative plant will recycle polystyrene foam and recover valuable resources using all wind power. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, June 14th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Bear attacks campers sleeping in their tent. Indian village prays to Goddess Corona to rid them of the virus. For the 365th time, a man from Chicago jumps into Lake Michigan, news media. Mizoram man, who headed world's largest family with 39 wives and 94 children, passes away at 76. Petition urging Jeff Bezos to buy and leave the Mona Lisa gains steam. Florida man hops on scooter to chase after stolen Lamborghini. I miss airline meals so much I make them at home. Cincinnati man crashes car after cicada smacked him in the face. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Bitcoin isn't suitable as a real currency, El Salvador is making a mistake. 3 exciting ways to cut shipping's ridiculously big carbon footprint. Cryptocurrency isn't as impenetrable as you think. This training even explains how to make your own. New mysterious fast radio bursts reveal secrets of the universe. AI can now convincingly mimic cybersecurity experts and medical researchers. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New super-resolution technique allows for more detailed brain imaging. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, June 14th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Reach out to the invisible, NAACP leader urges Latter-day Saints on eve of big announcement with LDS Church. Can two jazz stars, Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley, overcome their injuries? After the death of their sister, these two little girls are running a lemonade stand to raise money for organ donations in Utah. LA Clippers threw an all-out blitz at Utah Jazz all-star Donovan Mitchell. Jazz like their chances if they see it again. Fire burns down Sugar House office building. American Idol star, returned LDS missionary David Archuleta comes out as LGBTQ online. Gordon Monson, dealing with defeat, the Utah Jazz now must bounce back from the edge of making bad history. Utah's 2021 wildfire season is setting records. Here's how to prepare. 6 Utah wildfires continue to burn, but firefighters are making progress containing them. Utah Republicans approve resolution condemning critical race theory. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Why quantum computers won't end up cracking Bitcoin wallets. Dozens of companies are now trying to build flying cars. G7 nations promise decarbonization, 870 million COVID-19 vaccines. Are transcontinental, submarine supergrids the future of energy? Scientists propose neuro rights to protect brains from future manipulation. Pakistan province may block SIM cards of citizens who didn't get COVID-19 vaccines. SumTotal's Toolbook, older RAD content authoring tool, is approaching its end of life. Also leaving Freenode, FSF, GNU, plus Linux and Python support channels. Apple Repair Tech posted woman's explicit iPhone photos to Facebook. A massive underwater avalanche lasted 2 days. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. 1 killed, 1 injured in St. Louis city shooting. With new federal funds incoming, St. Louis County Council wants answers on spending over prior aid money. Kirkwood 79-year-old with dementia reported missing. Cubs beat Cardinals 2-0 for 3-game sweep. Flags of Valor volunteers preparing 7,600 flags for Labor Day. Water rescue on the Big River, family rafting trip goes awry. Nearly 43% of all Missourians have started COVID vaccination process. Ned Beatty, indelible in deliverance, network dies at 83. Singer Brett Young added to Illinois State Fair lineup. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Diego restaurants prepare for full reopening. 2 homes destroyed in Southern California brush fire. Families and vendors enjoy first weekend of San Diego County Fair. Crowds flock to San Diego beaches amid heat wave. Top dog, Pekingese named Wasabi wins Westminster Dog Show. Ned Beatty, Titanic character actor of Network, dies at 83. Inside California politics, Senator Wilk talks about state's decision to remain in state of emergency. Inside California politics, Kevin Faulconer talks gubernatorial campaign. He was gone, Danish player resuscitated at Euro 2020 soccer match. Celebration of lifting of COVID-19 restrictions set for Tuesday. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Israeli nuclear engineer confirms the Mossad sabotaged Iraqi nuclear equipment on French soil. Biden agrees as Russia relations at a low. Nick Fury has a tattoo of one of Marvel's greatest spies. Update 1. Biden says Putin right that as Russian relations are at low point. Biden suggests autocrat Putin's Russia might be weaker than it seems. Biden says Putin right that as Russian relations are at low point. Chinese national Han Jun arrested intruder at Plaran University student latest lie. China's new spy strategy in India, loan apps, rummy online and hawala operations, Goa Chronicle. How you can improve your business with tracking Fox GPS tracker, the Good Men Project. UHWI's digital pains. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army announces new era for cybersecurity software. U.S. Army plans to replicate long distances, remote teamwork during Project Convergence 21. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Jeremy Lin announces return to CBA's Beijing Ducks. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, June 14, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Is California ready to be maskless? Thank you so much. Owners reunited with dog stolen in SF car burglary. Drought 2021, emergency water mandate issued in the American League Division Seriesburg. 80 people displaced by two-alarm fire burning in San Francisco's Soma neighborhood. Surreal, 6th Street mass shooting witnesses describe the moment shots fired in downtown Austin. Network and Superman actor Ned Beatty dead at 83. Cave syndrome, what it is, how to cope with it. Crews respond to Santa Rosa brush fire. 5-year-old diagnosed with terminal brain cancer gives hope to others. Wreckage of 1965 plane crash may have been found in Folsom Lake. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. France and Germany in rare early meeting at Euro 2020. Ferrari enters luxury fashion, targeting uninitiated youth. Americans stand trial in Japan, accused in Ghouns escape. Explainer, who is Naftali Bennett, Israel's new leader? Victim of West Dundee road rage beating dies from injuries. Ned Beatty, indelible character actor from Deliverance and Network, dies at 83. Rodden takes no-hitter into 7th, White Sox sweep Tigers. Suburban bikers ride for charity in memory of Wheeling Man. Former Inverness Mayor Angelo Palvier dies at 91. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Carlos 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Yemen June 14, 2021, 2:44 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, June 14th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Near record heat Monday, monitoring tropical low in the Gulf. It's Flag Day. Here's how to display your flag. Eye on the Gulf, tropical low could develop into a storm and impact Houston Father's Day weekend. 35-year-old mom and teen daughter both found shot to death in their apartment, HPD says. Woman killed in North Houston crash, husband faces intoxication manslaughter charge. 5-year-old injured after falling from third-floor window, deputies said. Person found shot to death in car at West Houston apartment complex, police said. 25-year-old dies from injuries after mass shooting on Austin 6th Street, police said. Pekingese named Wasabi wins Westminster Dog Show. 41-year-old dad drowns at Galveston Beach, police say. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. 8 hurt as vehicle crashes guardrail at Texas racetrack. Novavax, large study finds COVID-19 shot about 90% effective. Global stocks higher after Wall Street gain ahead of Fed meeting. Opposition wins Finland local elections, PM's party loses. The latest, NATO chief says it's time to set aside divisions. Trio of walk-offs helps Phillies move above .500. Suns rising at the right time, roar into conference finals. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Cities have priced Metro card program may not have enough funds to meet demand. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. The real price of marriage in South Sudan. Landmark G7 agreement pledges 870 million COVID-19 vaccine doses, half by end 2021. Turning to sustainable global business, 5 things to know about the circular economy. Counting down to Peace Day, UN chief urges, stand up against hatred and care for planet. Demystify albinism and end discrimination, UN chief. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Boris Johnson, G7 nations must build back better in a greener, more gender-neutral and feminine way. Washington moves to make sensitive private data available for Minority Report-style AI research. There is not one elected official at the Federal Reserve, but it has been unilaterally rewriting the rules on Wall Street since 2007. It gets ugly. Dollar's purchasing power plunged at fastest pace since 1982. It's permanent, not temporary, won't bounce back. New study, psychedelic mushrooms are as effective as antidepressants. The CIA's UFO photograph collection, various cases and years. U.S. judge upholds vaccine mandate by Texas hospital system, marking first federal ruling on whether jabs can be forced on employees. This is wealth redistribution, BlackRock and other institutional investors buying entire neighborhoods at huge premiums. Reporter who broke Clinton Lynch tarmac story and received significant death threats found dead. Study shows 29% of people who died after catching the new Delta strain had both COVID vaccinations. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Ned Beatty, indelible in Deliverance Network, dies at 83. Yes, R.L. Stein's Fear Street books are becoming a Netflix series. Will a company turn human remains into artificial ocean reef? Knesset approves new coalition, ending Netanyahu's long rule. Biden and his aviators greet Queen on a sunny afternoon. Did an unidentified bidder spend $28 million in auction to join Jeff Bezos' flight into space? Kamala Harris marches in Pride Parade. Erickson sends his greetings to teammates after collapse. GOP ramps up misleading attack on Democrats' policing policy. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. How the world's priciest painting ended up in the hands of a notorious killer. How ethnic fraud became perversely bankable. Here's what Biden's team expects from his meeting with Putin. Biden is no Trump, but the EU still doesn't trust the US. Fired cop rakes in cash for charity. It hasn't gotten a dime yet. A fearless boxer infiltrates a horrifying sex trafficking ring. This summer's hottest look is skin, lots of it. Boeing restarts donations to members of the so-called Sedition Caucus. Senate Dems don't know how to salvage their voting bill. Thanks to my new fire pit, I never want to leave my backyard. The next headlines are from the New York Post. 18-year-old killed, 5 others injured in New Jersey boat crash. Prime Peak, Wasabi the Pekingese wins Westminster Dog Show. Police searching for motorcyclist accused of shooting Texas officer. Spectators injured by out-of-control vehicle at Texas mud racing event. 2 children, 6 and 8, critically injured in Cincinnati shooting. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Africa facing COVID-19 vaccine shortage as cases rise. Gottlieb says coronavirus Delta variant likely to become dominant U.S. strain. Dangerous heat wave expected to sear the West. Florida's manatees dying at a high rate. Western U.S. faces early drought with some regions under severe warning. Blinken says China has to cooperate with COVID origin probe. Gottlieb says Delta variant likely to become dominant U.S. strain. Commercial space travel gaining foothold in tourism industry. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Delta pilot leaves note in stored plane before pandemic. 400 plus days later it's a time capsule. Gun gets tossed out of city bus in front of mayoral campaign office of BP Eric Adams. Man who pulled down mask and spat on another gets 10 years. Man, 25, dies after mass shooting in Texas over the weekend, a dozen more injured, second suspect sought. Disturbing photo of brutal Queens subway station attack released by NYPD. Cicadas are here and they are wreaking havoc. NYC mayoral candidate Maya Wiley slams front-runner Eric Adams for remote learning comments. Judge rules in favor of Houston hospital requiring employees to be vaccinated. Senator Schumer calls on Trump's former AGs to testify about data seizures. Son of prominent South Carolina legal family, not mother, may have been target in double homicide, report. The following headlines are from military.com. Erdogan and Biden meet at a tense moment for Turkish-US ties. Caution on Iran nuclear deal as G7 leaders vow to stop bomb. Philippines, militant wanted for beheadings, 3 others killed. Winning auction bid to fly in space with Jeff Bezos, $28 AP explainer, who are Americans on trial in Bones escape. NATO leaders bid symbolic adieu to Afghanistan at summit. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. As Illinois reopens and jobs return, so does the demand for affordable childcare. Can an industry in crisis pre-pandemic help get parents back to work? Column, what we're getting wrong about Juneteenth. Toxic waste left behind by coal-fired power plants could endanger drinking water for years to come. Ned Beatty, actor known for Deliverance and Network, dies at 83. Drag queens lead hundreds through North Side streets in a Black Lives Matter protest calling for an end to racism and police brutality. People participate in the second annual Drag March for Change. 9 people, 1 dog shot overnight in Chicago. Saying goodbye to nun grandma, the San Francisco philanthropist, widow and mother of 10 who gave it all up to spend her last 31 years in a Des Plaines monastery. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 22,917 vaccine doses administered, 298 new cases and 11 deaths reported Sunday. No one injured during St. Charles House fire. The following headlines are from FIS.org. 2 rare Javan rhino calves spotted in Indonesia. Pacific Islanders likely found Antarctica first, study. After fire and floods, Aussie farmers suffer devastating mouse plague. Barks in the night lead to the discovery of new species. Oil spill drifts away from Corsica coast. Trip to space with Jeff Bezos sells for $28 million. Drought hit Jordan to build Red Sea desalination plant. Swiss snub synthetic pesticide ban plan. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, June 14th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Hungary hosts defending champion Portugal at Euro 2020. Hassan, mask requirement lifted for commercial fishermen. Israel's new government gets to work after Netanyahu ouster. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Word Game, June 14, 2021. Bridge, June 14, 2021. Horoscopes, June 14, 2021. Boy George, change begins with you. Ask Amy, their self-indulgent coffee run was the last straw. Harriet Cole, they're friendly now, but I cannot forget their yard flags. Miss Manners, I made a mistake when I met the priest. Dear Abby, I want to cut all ties to my father, but it will be messy. Here's why car thieves target older vehicles, Roadshow. Guardians of the Galaxy dominates Square Enix presents for E3 2021. Photos, 145th Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Central American nation building unlikely to stem immigration tide, study finds. When safe spaces for the coddled young move from college campus to tennis courts. Judge tosses Houston Methodist Hospital workers vaccine challenge. Donald Trump, I was right about COVID, Hunter Biden, Lafayette Square, other issues. Joe Biden meets Queen Elizabeth II. Christopher signed dead, reporter on Clinton Lynch tarmac meeting. Daniel Ortega regime cracks down on rivals ahead of Nicaragua election. Naftali Bennett sworn in as Israeli Prime Minister. Kamala Harris makes time for Gay Pride Parade not border. The next headlines are from The Intercept. As Salvadoran leaders tout a safer country, more people are going missing. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, June 14, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Young adults who lost and then restored heart health had lower risk of heart attack, stroke. Study affects paradigm shift in the understanding of how red rot attacks sugarcane. Ibuprofen and other NSAID superior to codeine for managing outpatient post-operative pain. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 6 rescued after boat crashed into break wall south of Navy Pier. Security guard in custody after man shot, critically wounded during argument near Grant Park. String of armed robberies reported over the weekend across the South Side. 16-year-old girl critically hurt in Lawndale double shooting. Horoscope for Monday, June 14, 2021. Jason Hayward becomes second Cubs player to reveal he isn't vaccinated for COVID-19. Kyle Larson wins second NASCAR All-Star race, this one in Texas. Cubs rollicking at Wrigley with another sweep, this time against rival Cardinals. Raiders of the Lost Ark turns 40, Karen Allen looks back at the blockbuster. Man charged with attacking woman in Maywood. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, June 14, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. As Texas tax deadline looms, many folks who filed early are still waiting on refund checks. Astros reach softer stretch of the schedule in decent shape. Now stream this, new and returning shows you want to give a try. 4 thoughts on the retirement of Texans legend Jonathan Joseph. This week in Houston food events, Juneteenth dinner and an oyster shucking throwdown. Origin of species, hence on a beast becomes Astro in. Lawsuit over Houston Methodists' COVID-19 vaccine mandate thrown out by federal judge, updated. The next headlines are about world records making news. Watch JLNO set 9.24s quarter-mile world record in the Tesla Model S Plaid, Motor Authority. How a broken heart inspired new pool darling, Harold's son. Regan Smith alters schedule after backstroke record falls, Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Hoosier crushes Wacka surfing world record, CBS 4 Indianapolis. The staggering, world record sum paid for a Victorian Kelpie 3:693 a.m. Gene Dykes breaks M70 50K world record, Canadian Running Magazine. Philips sets 4 world records at its biggest Asian watch auction ever, totaling nearly $25 million, Forbes. News podcast, Humboldt last week episode includes a likely world record, new heights at the zoo, an anti-vax ruckus, fire fears, a tough NFL star, marble hunting, and more, red-headed black belt. South Africa woman gives birth to 10 babies, what is the world record, Deseret News. Sotheby's sets a new world record by auctioning NFT for $11.8 million, Securities.io. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. That viral ad for Dan Crenshaw's 4th of July party is slightly fake. Microsoft makes the Xbox Series X mini fridge meme a reality, will sell it this holiday season. Bars with vaccine requirements are being flooded with negative reviews, report. Is censor the future of Giallo horror? Loki, is TVA Judge Ravana and Slayer friend Orpho? Amazon unveils fleet of cutesy-named robots to make its warehouses less of a hazardous hellscape. A mysterious bidder just paid $28 million to fly to space with Jeff Bezos on July 20th. Invincible showrunner discusses the challenges of creating season finale. Jessica Henwick fulfills her dreams starring in 4th Matrix film. Apple channels its inner Little Mermaid to try to sell you the new iPad Pro. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ras Al Khaimah International Airport in United Arab Emirates at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kona Nepin at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. 16 games to keep an eye on from Sunday's E3 2021 trailer showcases. Raiders of the Lost Ark turns 40 and it's still an unqualified masterpiece. Every trailer and announcement from Microsoft in Bethesda's E3 showcase. Ticket for space flight with Jeff Bezos is auctioned for $28 million. Starfield reveal, coming November 11, 2022, exclusively to PC, Xbox Series XS, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. People are sometimes sticky, John Oliver explains to Magnetic Vaccine that's why keys stick to them. John Oliver begs Fox's Stuart Varney to stop talking about breastfeeding. Columnist blamed Trumpism for airplane passenger freakouts increasing 20 times higher than normal. Biden works to rebuild sacred NATO bond destroyed by Donald Trump. They weren't rioting, Republican senator keeps trying to change the story on Capitol attack. Republican Trump loyalist explains why he put the Constitution before the GOP. Texas nurse humiliates herself relating COVID vaccines to the Nuremberg trials of Nazi war criminals. Police unions go after liberals who have no chance of losing just so they can raise money. Watergate prosecutor explains why it's Bill Barr and Jeff Sessions who are lying that they knew nothing of Trump's spying. Ted Cruz brings lawsuit demanding Trump be able to pay himself back millions he gave to his campaign. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Why is Joe Biden keeping Trump's nuclear expansion plans in place? What the heck is CSNOT, anyway? Twitter philanthropists bail out a lucky few, and leave millions more behind. Inside the anti-GMO movement's obsession with virology research and lab leaks. Teachers across the country are protesting laws that stop them from talking about systemic racism. One more perk for getting your vaccine, free weed. Biden and G7 announce progress on climate change with one major failure. How giving Native Americans their land back helps protect nature. Conservatives are hell-bent on attacking critical race theory, they're whitewashing structural racism. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Anybody out there? Science and popular culture search the skies for UFOs and signs of alien life, CNN. Islama Pajama, 5th Annual Science Slam becomes virtual PJ Party, Nebraska today. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, June 14, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The Sonora UFO X-Files. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, June 14, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.